tireless efforts over the past 24 hours in the robust and heroic response that he and his fellow law enforcement agencies and officers utilized to bring the gunman down and to quickly de-escalate the challenge and to literally save lives that could have been lost had it not been for the action of the collaborative effort by law enforcement. Along those lines, we cannot thank enough all of the first responders from all of the law enforcement agencies involved in this process to ensure that they were going to be able to do what was necessary to restore safety in this community. As governor, I particularly want to thank the Texas Department of Public Safety for what they did. We talk about this all the time, and that is, there is no such thing as a routine stop. The way all this began yesterday was with what would be categorized as a routine stop by the Texas Department of Public Safety, only for that stop to immediately escalate into gunfire by this killer, with a DPS officer being injured in the process. So I appreciate the way that the Texas Department of Public Safety steps up every single day, always prepared, knowing that the lives are on the line any stop they make, ensuring safety in our communities across the state. I also want to express my gratitude to the incredible healthcare providers in this region. They had to deal with probably what was their most challenging day ever, and they stepped up with collective calm and poise to make sure that they were able to heal the wounded as quickly as possible. I want to express my deepest sorrow for the families who have lost a loved one, for all the victims who have been wounded. The hurt you feel is incalculable, but you must hold on to the hope that you can also have. And we're seeing this already with the family of one of the victims. Some of you know that one of the victims is a 17-month-old child. And moments before coming in here, I received a text from the mother of the 17-month-old. I want to read you the text of what this mother wrote. She said, quote, "Thank you all for praying. This is all of our worst nightmare. But thank God she's alive and relatively well." She goes on to say that toddlers are funny because they can get shot but still want to run around and play. She says that we are thanking God for that. Her mouth is pretty bad, but will heal and can be fixed. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like her jaw was hit, just lip, teeth, and tongue. She is having surgery tomorrow to remove the shrapnel from her chest and to fix her lip and mouth and to get a better look at her tongue. We are thanking God for healing her and appreciate continued prayers. Well, I want her family to know that they can be assured of those prayers today, tomorrow, and every day as that young child continues her pathway to healing. Let me say this. I have been to too many of these events. As governor, the first one I went to was after the shooting in downtown Dallas that killed police officers as well as others. Then there was Sutherland Springs, where 26 people were killed. Then there was Santa Fe High School, where 10 people were killed. And then less than a month ago, there was a shooting in El Paso. Well, I'm heartbroken by the crying of the people of the state of Texas. I'm tired of dying for the people of the state of Texas. Too many Texans are mourning. Too many Texans have lost their lives. The status quo in Texas is unacceptable, and action is needed. After the shooting at Santa Fe High School, I signed more than 15 laws to make our schools safer from shooting attacks. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting in El Paso, I've worked with the Lieutenant Governor, the Speaker, as well as legislators. I've also worked with victims as well as advocacy groups. We have been working on drafting solutions that can be taken by legislators, as well as solutions that can be taken by the governor and the executive branch in Texas. Solutions that address racist hate attacks like what happened in El Paso. Solutions that will address keeping our community safer. Now, in the aftermath of this shooting and the unique aspects of this shooting, we must broaden our efforts to address the tragedy that has befallen Odessa, and we must do so quickly. We need solutions that will keep guns out of the hands of criminals like the killer here in Odessa, while also ensuring that we safeguard Second Amendment rights. And we must do it fast. Most of all, in the aftermath of what happened here in Odessa, we must replicate what we have seen in El Paso, so in Spring, Santa Fe, and in Dallas. And that is, we must do what Texans do best. In times of tragedy, we unite. We come together. We support each other. We reinvigorate our community with the love that we have for one another. And knowing the Permian Basin the way that I do, I know that is exactly what's going to happen here in Odessa, in Midland, and the entire region. So thank you all as a community for what you will be doing to helping each other. And thank you to the heroic law enforcement officers and first responders for everything that you've already done.
First, I'd like to echo that and applaud the governor for all the work he's doing, trying to bring a lot of attention, overdue attention onto the active shooter. It seems that we unfortunately are having to respond to. As a regional director of the West Texas region, having worked two active shooters seems in a matter of 28 days is unheard of, and this, especially all in the West Texas region. So when we have things like this, incidents like this, it's important that we reach out to our partners. And we all, as you can see, those behind me and those on the table with me, we can't do it alone. And it's important that we continue to focus unified and collaboratively in helping the governor fight the fight, and we'll continue to do so. Just want to give an update on our trooper that was shot yesterday. The grace of God that he survived the shooting. He went through a couple of hour surgery yesterday, and the doctors left there very optimistic that he will have a recovery. Full recovery after obviously a road ahead of some rehabilitation, but he will be fine. At the onset of this call, we had troopers, as you know, who not only stopped the suspect, we had many in the arena helping Odessa PD, and we brought in all the resources we have available, not only in law enforcement, but also on our non-commissioned side. Victims counselors are working behind the scenes with the Odessa Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation as well, ensuring that those families that are suffering the losses are definitely educated and compensated as the law allows. And thanks to the governor and the Office of Attorney General, will make sure that all monies are made available to the families and to help them in the road to recovery. Thank you.
Along those lines, I want to emphasize one thing first, is gratitude to the legislators from this region who can be very helpful in the effort of making sure that the victims and others get the resources they need. They're behind me, and I want to recognize the senator from this region, which is Senator Kel Seliger, and the House of Representatives member Brooks Landgraf, as well as regional representative senators, Senator Perry and Representative Craddock. They can all be extremely helpful in working with local families and local communities and local schools, as well as the healthcare providers, in providing information to us at the state level. So I urge you to be active in the next day, weeks, and months to come, and working with these representatives and senators to make sure that all of your needs are raised and addressed. With that, we'll pass it over to the federal official involved.
Well, my name is Christopher Combs. I'm the FBI Special Agent in charge. First, I want to commend local law enforcement effort and the state effort here. There is no question that these are true heroes. In the midst of a man driving down the highway shooting at people, local law enforcement and state troopers pursued him and stopped him from possibly going into a crowded movie theater and having another event of mass violence. I think that's the story of law enforcement that should be conveyed, how heroic the chiefs, men and women are. So I want to commend them on that. The FBI is here, as we are now, almost every other week, supporting our state and local partners on an active shooter. We are now at every 2 weeks, almost every 2 weeks, an active shooter in this country. The FBI responds to them all to support our state and local partners. Here in Odessa, we have 130 FBI personnel supporting the chief, with help also from DEA and ATF and the Postal Service is another 45 federal agents here. So I have pledged all the federal law enforcement to support the chief and the commander that we can help them on this. I know your questions are probably, is there a connection to terrorism in this? At this point, I can tell you, no, we do not believe that there's any connection to any domestic or international terrorism. But we are still working through that, conducting searches at this exact moment in time to make sure that there is nobody else possibly connected with this. I support the chief's announcement. We do believe this is a single shooter, this is not a multi-shooter event. We have worked very closely in the past with DPS and the Texas Rangers. In fact, the very same team that worked at the Sutherland Springs mass shooting is the team that's here from the Rangers, along with the FBI team that did that crime scene as well. So the connection between the FBI, the DPS, Odessa Police is built on unfortunate experience of working together. We are all working together to make sure that this community is as safe as it possibly can be. And we will be here for the duration of the time that the chief needs our services. And unfortunately, we can't get ready to go to the next active shooter, which is an unfortunate statement to make, but it seems like that's what we do. We respond to one after another of these horrible events. And we will always be here to support our local partners and help them through these horrible tragedies that we've seen here in Texas and across the country. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Two questions.
Chief, could I ask you, do you believe that the gunman was going to go into that theater? Is that your belief?
You know, there's no way of absolutely knowing that, but it begs the question, why go to the theater if you're not planning, you know? Please understand that on a Saturday afternoon in Odessa, Texas, that is one of the most crowded places.
Do you know what his initial motive was when he, at that initial traffic stop?
I do not, at this point, we don't.
Is there any reason to believe that this could have been a planned attack?
Again, the investigation is still ongoing, and there's a lot of questions that we just don't have answers to.
Chief, can you describe the moments in that shootout outside the movie theater? Can you describe that shootout? How long did it last? Did the shooter have a chance to reload, and was he saying anything to the officers that were there?
Again, you know, all that is still under investigation. There are some videos that are out there, but I'm not going to get into that incident at this point.
Wait a minute, just point of order, we're gonna call people to,
Raise your hand, and then we'll call on you.
Chief Turkey, there was also another crime scene we responded to in front of Bradley Stadium where an eyewitness told us that a blue pickup truck was shot by police officers and that it was involved in a chase earlier that evening. Do we know if that scene is connected to the shooting that happened earlier today? And if not, can you still tell us what happened in that situation?
I have no information about the incident.
Okay.
For another year.
What was the firearm used in
stop for a simple traffic violation.
By DPS.
By DPS, or failed to signal, required distance.
What?
I'm sorry?
What?
Criminal records?
You guys, I believe there is some, criminal record attached to your driver's license, that I'm sure that was circumstantial.
Is the
Over here.
suspect from Odessa?
Right here.
Question for the governor. By coincidence today, a bunch of new gun laws went into effect in Texas that a lot of people see as weakening gun laws in Texas. What do you say to people who look at that and wonder if Texas is going the wrong direction to stopping more shootings?
Well, for example, one of the laws that went into effect and some deal with issues like this, and that is laws that ensure that school marshals, more school marshals will be able to have guns to keep schools safer. So some of these laws were enacted for the purpose of making our community safer.
Is Texas doing enough to restrict guns like AR-15s?
Well, what we have been doing, especially in the aftermath of the shooting in El Paso, we've been meeting daily, in part with members of the legislature, in part with victims, in part with members of the community, in part with our federal counterparts. And we've been hammering out on a daily basis new additional solutions that we will be working to offer up. Some by the governor, some by the executive branch, some by the legislature. But these will be new and different solutions that will work to de-escalate gun violence.
Does it increase the sense of urgency to have 2 incidents like this within a month?
Absolutely. Is the suspect from Odessa? Is the suspect from Odessa?
The suspect has an Ector County address. In the front lot. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, do you know any reason why the subject would have been resisted being stopped, for example, with outstanding warrants or unresolved criminal matters with him, as far as you know?
As far as I know, there were no active.
Can you walk us through the timeline of who was shot?
No, we can't, actually, because, it's a very chaotic situation when these things happen, and that is all being pieced together.
Governor Abbott, one of the things that you said is that words must be met with action. One of the things that unified the shootings that you just mentioned, Dallas, Sutherland Springs, El Paso, Odessa, is an AR-style rifle. Is it time to ban these kinds of weapons? Yes or no, sir?
This is the kind of thing that legislators are already talking about. It's one of the topics that was raised during the roundtable discussions that we had in El Paso. I do want to point out.
But do you think it's time to ban these weapons?
I do want to point out, however, that some of the shootings have not involved AR. It's very important to understand that the shooting that took place at Santa Fe High School did not. The largest, did involve a shotgun and handgun, as well as ID. The largest mass shooting we had in the state of Texas was at Luby's in Central Texas, involved only handguns. So I'm telling you that we're going to look. Let me just answer your question. We're going to look at every issue. There's no issue that we will not look at, and we're going to be working with legislators to find out what the best solutions are for Texas.
I appreciate your answer. I appreciate your answer, but I would wager to say that every law enforcement officer behind you would say that they would rather go up against a person with a handgun, gentlemen, ladies, rather than someone with an assault rifle. Is that correct?
And the people we also talk to are law enforcement officers. But where do you fall on this? So hold your questions, please.
We have several crime scenes throughout the cities. Do you believe that deaths happen at each one, or are they all going to be taped off just throughout the investigations? I know it's chaotic, and obviously some of those that were injured died overnight. So which ones specifically would you consider to be those deadly scenes, or are all of them being processed?
All scenes are being processed. Again, well over 15 scenes. It takes time to process that many scenes.
And with someone who has AR in their car like that, is that a concern that maybe you guys stopped him from actually committing a mass shooting, or was there any type of indication that maybe this was going to escalate to something like this?
There's no way of knowing without talking to him, and we can't talk to him. But again, he showed up at a movie theater, which was intended to show his motives.
Was
We're
that,
gonna go with the last 3 questions. We're gonna go with the lady in the green shirt, the man in the green shirt, and the gray shirt behind him, and that'll be done. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, thank you guys for everything you've done. I know there's no perfect answer as far as how to combat these particular mass shootings because they're unpredictable. But we spoke with a man yesterday who was a person that was in the theater during the whole evacuation process. He was disturbed and he was wondering, is there a reason why an evacuation was initiated rather than a lockdown? And will this, I guess, help you guys in the future make those type of decisions?
The situation was so fluid. At that point, this person was driving from location to location to location to location. Lockdown, evacuation, two sides of the same coin, I think. You just don't have enough personnel to lock down every location in this city. You just don't. So you do the best you can with the personnel you have, and that's why we have the people there in Synergy. And I think, again, lockdown, evacuation, either way.
During that time, did you guys lose him while he was doing what he was doing?
Absolutely.
All right, next, we're gonna go with you, sir.
And earlier yesterday, you said that it was a person that you knew who it was. And was there a reason why you knew who it was? Did something happen like earlier that day that you were tipped off on? Because you said something earlier yesterday that it was a guy who you knew that you were looking for. It was a certain guy that you were looking for.
I think maybe you misunderstood what I was saying yesterday. What I was saying yesterday was that when the suspect was down, we had a good idea of who he was at that time. And that we just had not totally identified him. That's why we wouldn't release that until we had an absolute stone cold identification. That's what I was saying.
Last question in the back.
Two-part question for Christopher with the FBI. You guys have a team over in West Odessa right now responding to a home search warrants. They've made entry into the home. What can you tell us about that investigation? How is it related to the suspect or anyone else in this investigation?
I can tell you we're executing a federally authorized search warrant at this point in time. As we also described, there's over 15 crime scenes. So frankly, we're all over the place here in Odessa with the DPS, the Rangers, and the Odessa Police. So I would say all day today, probably all day tomorrow, you're going to see significant police and FBI activity throughout the city.
And Governor, when it comes to you saying that you've been to too many of these, you're quoted as saying, "I am tired of people dying." Based off what the FBI is saying statistically that they're responding to these kind of situations every 2 weeks, what can you say to the people of Texas that you might have to be in front of them again in 2 weeks from now as the call for action regarding gun control grows? What can you say to the people to calm them down?
First, from the response side, at the state level, we have a sense of urgency to arrive at solutions, and working together with the legislature, working together with our law enforcement officers and federal partners. And we are working quickly to hammer out some solutions, to put some solutions on the table. Second, importantly, is the way that our law enforcement responds. They work 24/7 to make sure that their communities are safe as possible. And you can see the dedication that they have, and they will be doing the same to replicate that effort in every community across the entire state of Texas.
Thanks, guys. We're gonna run.
Governor
Thank you. This concludes our press conference. We thank y'all for coming. And we'll be back.